Is crypto supposed to follow the markets, or is crypto really supposed to be this uncorrelated asset? Because boy, does it seem correlated at least to some degree.
Yeah, Bitcoin's definitely a non-correlated asset. If you look at the correlation between the digital asset and the S&P 500 over the last 180 days, it's at 0. If you look at it compared to the dollar index, it's near 0. And so I think that it's proven it's not correlated, and we expect that to continue.
Okay, but can I just make an argument to you? I believe that a lot of people who did own crypto or have owned crypto had a lot of money in the FANG stocks, in technology stocks. They're the first movers. They've watched. If you look at some of those stocks in the valley right now that have been hit so hard. I don't know if there are margin calls going on. I don't know if it just means there's less appetite. But I do think that there is a connection between the two. You think I'm wrong?
Look, the data just is the data, right? So it's non-correlated from that perspective. I think that another piece of it, and kind of along the lines of what you're talking about, is if most people are being intelligent about their portfolio, they're taking 1-2% into Bitcoin or other digital assets, and equities is going to be a major portion of their portfolio, and so they're going to get hit much harder on the equity side, even though Bitcoin itself has drawn down more. It's just the sizing in the portfolio, but I definitely agree that there is kind of some psychological components here at play as the stock market pulls down.
I think you're totally right. I think it's totally coincident. The owner of Bitcoin would also be the owner of FANG stocks, right? I mean, just typical.
That's what it feels like to me.
Instead of correlation, maybe Bitcoin was an early tell. I mean, it peaked on December 20th, and there were a number of people. Gunlock said this. The guy who behind the McClellan Oscillator also pointed out that there seemed to be Bitcoin was leading the market up.
Right. Anthony,
potentially led the market down.
Anthony, give me the inflection point. If you're going to make the bull case, I think, what would take this thing higher?
Yeah, so short term, actually, I think that we've got lower to go.
Lower to go.
Last time I was on.
Under 3,000?
Last time I was on, I think so, right? So I told you
Under
that
3,000,
in August.
wow.
What do you own
in August, we had called
No.
the 3.
Yeah,
in August, I had said the 3,000 number.
But under 3, I'm very interested. I used to say under 5, I'd be very interested.
Your sons have one each, though.
No, I've always thought about it, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Anthony, some people are going to look at all this and say, this just proves Bitcoin's a fraud. What would you say to them?
Yeah, I mean, look, it is. There's a saying that we have in crypto that says long Bitcoin, short the bankers, right? And it's this idea that cryptocurrency is incredibly transparent. It's driven by math and software code. I think that there's a lot more kind of lack of transparency and kind of nefarious activity that goes on in the traditional financial markets. Crypto's still just very small. And so when you've got a fixed supply asset, if increased demand comes in, you're going to get a increase in supply, increase in price, and we'll kind of see how it plays out.